The Witcher Season 4 introduces a new, actually terrifying villain that will make Ciri's, Freya Allan, story in Season 5 even darker. Netflix's The Witcher has had an uneven journey since its release in 2019. Although its first season was very well received, the quality of the show declined in the following season, and the show has since tried to recover. Despite facing a huge challenge with its Geralt recast, The Witcher Season 4 feels more like the books and establishes some key storylines for the fifth and final season. The Witcher Season 5 has a lot to cover, mostly some dark storylines, particularly those involving Ciri, and the show's new villain will make her story even darker. The Witcher finally introduced Leo Bonhart in Season 4. Although The Witcher has two major villains whose actions have impacted the show since Season 1, these being the White Flame and Vilgefortz, every season has had a villain. However, none of these have felt like true villains to fear, and one of them, Kahir, has now become an ally. Thankfully, The Witcher Season 4 has now given the show and its characters a true villain to fear by introducing Leo Bonhart, Sharlto Copley, a bounty hunter hired by Stefan Skellen to find the real Ciri. However, even though Skellen was instructed to do so by the White Flame, Skellen doesn't plan on bringing Ciri to him. Bonhart is a ruthless bounty hunter who enjoys torturing and killing, and collects the medallions of the witches he has killed, and the fact that he has been able to kill witches says a lot about him. At the end of The Witcher Season 4, Bonhart murders the rats and cuts their heads off in front of Ciri. Leo Bonhart will give Ciri some of her best scenes in The Witcher Season 5. Warning: potential spoilers for The Witcher Season 5. Murdering the rats and catching Ciri is only the beginning of Bonhart's horrible actions in The Witcher. It's important to remember that Season 5 of The Witcher will be the final one, and there's still a lot to cover before reaching the end of the stories of Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer, so everything Bonhart does to Ciri might not be included in Season 5. Still, it's important to know what happens between Bonhart and Ciri before The Witcher Season 5 arrives. Bonhart doesn't honor his deal with Skellen, and neither kills Ciri nor does he take her to Skellen. Instead, Bonhart kidnaps the Cintran princess, imprisons her, tortures her, and drugs her with an in-universe substance known as Fistek. Bonhart then takes Ciri to the arena at Claremont, which belonged to his cousin Huvernagel, who, in the world of Netflix's The Witcher, is the man the rats want to rob in their spin-off episode, and where Ciri is forced to fight and kill. Ciri manages to escape from Bonhart with the help of a spy named Neratin Saker, while Bonhart meets with Skellen and Rience to negotiate Ciri's release. Although Skellen injures Ciri, she escapes and is rescued by alchemist Visegota. When she sets off to find the Swallow's Tower, she comes across Skellen, Rience, and Bonhart, but the latter's horse is scared off by the Wild Hunt. After being teleported to the world of the Enel Elves and coming back, Ciri travels to Stygia Castle to give herself to Vilgefortz in exchange for Yennefer's freedom. A battle later ensues in which Ciri confronts Bonhart, and after the latter believes he has convinced her to spare his life, the Cintran princess finally kills him. Leo Bonhart is a much better villain than Vilgefortz. As mentioned above, it's not like The Witcher has been without villains all this time, as it has established the White Flame and Vilgefortz as the big bad guys since Season 1, but the show hasn't done much to make them feared villains. The White Flame triggered a war and has disturbing plans for Ciri, but Imhaya himself isn't really a scary figure. Vilgefortz is a powerful mage, but Season 4 showed that he relies a lot on his loyal followers, and without them, the Lodge of Sorceresses and even Yennefer alone could defeat him. Vilgefortz is intimidating thanks to everything he has done so far, but he has achieved that with the help, through manipulation, mostly, of others. Leo Bonhart, on the other hand, is evil. Bonhart doesn't need a reason to torture and kill, as he takes pleasure in doing so, even lamenting when his victims die too quickly because he can't keep on torturing them. Bonhart is all about physical and psychological torture and only cares about his own agenda, as seen in how he betrays Skellen. Bonhart will give Ciri, and by extension Geralt and Yennefer, darker and more disturbing problems than the White Flame and Vilgefortz, more so as he now has Ciri with him. It's to be seen how The Witcher Season 5 covers all those stories that are left, and hopefully, it will cover the most important parts of Bonhart and Ciri's story.